Hello, again. How the hell are you? You guys are awful quiet. Never say a word. Never comment or anything. You know, I don't really hate anybody from my past. You know, like people that have come and gone in my life. I can't think of one person that I could say that I truly like hate. You know what I mean? I don't want to hate anybody. And if there's anybody out there that would like to say hello to me, like from the past, whether it was 3 months ago or 30 years ago, there's ways of getting a hold of me. I got a Facebook page. You'd recognize it. I don't put my picture on it, but I posted some videos from my YouTube channel in there, so it'd be pretty easy to find my Facebook profile if you ever wanted to send me a message, and just say hello or anything. I mean, there's been some situations where people owe me an apology. That's how I see it. Some people owe me an apology, and whether you ever want to apologize to me again or ever apologize to me and speak to me again, that's up to you. I mean, I've learned to cut ties. You know what I mean? I've learned to turn my back and just walk away because it was either turn my back and walk away or face grief every day with a person, and I don't want to face grief every day. I mean, that doesn't mean I hate you or I never want to speak to you again. You know what I mean? Some of the people that I made connections with and it didn't work out aren't even here today. They're not even alive anymore. Yeah, they moved on. That's gotta suck, right? When you develop a connection with somebody and then you have an outing and then one of you dies, the other one's gotta live with that shit, I should do some name calling. Dude, I feel like doing some name calling. Willow. Oh man, I used to be crazy about her. I used to go over her house every day. We'd sit on this little 4-foot wall and just talk, but she was so mean. She was so mean. She did a lot of mean things to me. I was only like 12. Yeah. And I was just obsessed with her. I was just in love with her, man. Everything about her I was crazy about, I thought, this is the girl I want to spend my life with, man. You know what I mean? But she couldn't do anything but freaking punish me. That was her goal in life, I guess, is to make my life fucking miserable. That was my first freaking love, man. My first puppy love. Yeah. Yeah, I'd go up there every day after school, and she'd just abuse me and punish me and just put me down and just make my life hell, man. I mean, she did a lot of fucking stupid things to me. Yeah. She was bad. She may have been the one person in my life that I look at as she treated me the worst. Yeah, and she was I think she was like a year older than me or something. She was a Capricorn. Yeah, my mom was a Capricorn. And Capricorn in the tarot cards is the devil. Yeah, that's what represents the tarot cards. Tarot cards represent the Capricorn as the devil. For the Aquarius, it's the star. I've never been a Capricorn. Well, I can't say that. Yeah. After Willow, that was in junior high, and then I met Frances Farmer from New Smyrna Beach. She came to visit my aunt and with her mom, and we just like freaking like felt crazy, for each other. And we started this like long distance relationship thing, you know what I mean? We'd write letters and send pictures and call each other and shit, you know. And I went up there to visit her, Christmas vacation, and we had the best fucking time. It was the first time I ever got high in my life. The first time I ever got high was with Frances Farmer, and we smoked out of a Budweiser can. Yeah, her brother got high, and we were staying at our mom's house, of course, and the brother borrowed the mom's car, which was a little red Volkswagen, right? Got his girlfriend, right? Her brother and his girlfriend were in the front, and her and I were in the back seat, right? Let me tell you about Frances. Oh my God. Frances, I'll never forget Frances. She was an angel. She was a fucking angel, man. She's my angel. You know what I mean? If I think of an angel, I think of Frances. Man, she was so beautiful, man. Blonde hair, really dark, beautiful brown eyes, and this freaking beautiful skin. And she used to like to surf and shit, so she was always out on the beach. She had a nice skin tone. She was just beautiful, man. The most beautiful girl I've ever seen. And she smelled so good. She smelled so good. Oh my God, she wore this. I don't even remember the perfume. Like, what is that smell you wear? Shawn 2. She wore Shawn 2. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's what she used to wear, man. We were like 12 or 13. And she was a Capricorn, and she was born like 8 days before me or some shit. And I'm a Aquarius. I was born on the 23rd. So we get in a little red Volkswagen, right? And we head out to the dunes, right? We get up to the dunes and we're freaking rolling over the dunes and shit. We're all laughing and joking around. It's all fun and games, you know? And then they park. And the girlfriend gets out and grabs a Budweiser can laying on the ground. And they crinkle it up, you know, and start poking holes in it. We're going to smoke some pot. And I was like Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. I didn't drink. I smoked. I nothing, man. Yeah. You smoke pot? I can't believe you smoke pot, Francis. What the fuck? You didn't tell me you smoke pot. You know? Oh, just try it. Just try it. Oh my God, right? I'll try it. Because she's so, you know, she's my angel, man, you know? So she says try, I'm going to fucking try it, you know? So, you remember Adam and Eve's story? You know, the apple? You're not supposed to eat the apple. And Eve's like, oh yeah, come on, Adam. That's what women do to us, man. Yeah, that's what women do to us. It's the goddamn truth. Look back as far as fucking time goes back, man. And the stories, and you'll freaking read about stories where Delilah and Samson. You know what I mean? That's what women do to us, man. So I'm like, okay. She's like, when I light it, you breathe in as much as you can, and then hold it as long as you can. I'm like, okay. And I had these big, massive freaking lungs, you know? And I'm like, and they're like, holy shit, you know? Holy shit. I'm like, they're like, okay, hold it in and don't blow it out. So I'm like, they're like, are you still holding it in? I'm like, man, he's gonna get so stoned. And then like 2 or 3 minutes later, because I could hold my shit back then, I'm like, all right, take another hit. I hold that in for like 2 or 3 minutes. And then she starts doing this. Have you ever been boxed in? If you've ever been boxed in, you might. And I'm just laughing my ass off, right? And I'm like, oh shit. So I start getting this, I'm starting to feel it, you know. I'm starting to catch a buzz and shit, man. And my mouth's getting real dry. And I'm like, wow, it feels like I got Elmer's glue in my mouth. I remember saying that. I start bursting out laughing, man. You need a drink. You got cotton mouth. You got cotton mouth. Yeah, so we drive to the store, right? And guess what? Guess who they send in to get drinks? And I didn't even realize it until I got back in the car. I had buds all over my shirt, like little particles. You know, like when you roll a joint and you freaking spill it on you in your shirt. There's like little pieces of green pot on your. I don't know. You got pot on your shirt. Everybody knows you're stoned. They're all goofing on me and shit, you know. And then that night we went to another buddy of ours at night, and we started drinking beers. And I had like 2 beers, and I was like a 13, man, you know what I mean? So I got a freaking buzz, and I was like all freaking happy and shit, you know. And then she was cool as shit, man. We did shit together. We walked all over that town together, you know. She's my first kiss. Yeah, man. We were sitting on a park bench at night, like the freaking first night I got there. And it was like a picnic bench at one of the old schools right around the corner from her house, and it was cold as fuck, you know. And I put my arm around her, and I kissed this girl. First kiss it was freaking wonderful, man. It was freaking wonderful, man. Yeah, I was like, I'm in love with this girl. we just looking like we were a match made in heaven, man. And we went to her brother-in-law's, and he was smoking out of this freaking chrome bong. We go over there, right? And he's like, yeah, I freaking starts packing a bowl, and he's freaking hacking up a lung, and she's like, here, you want some? I'm like, nah, man. And then we went to this other dude's house, other friend's house of hers. When we went to the brother-in-law's house, we went there because we were going to ride the rail buggies. So he was doing bong hits on the couch. And then after he was doing bong hits, we all packed up and freaking got in the truck and took the rail buggy out to the dunes, and we freaking rode the freaking dunes for freaking couple hours, you know. And she was sitting on my lap, right? And we were going up, boom, boom. She was going down on me. And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, nah, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Cause and my balls tucked in and shit. So, and she was worried about freaking giving me, you know, ball crush and shit. You know, I was like, nah, it's cool. So anyway, we had a blast. And then the next day, in the morning, we went to another buddy's house, and they were smoking out in the bongs and shit. Like, everybody smoked pot up there, man. You know? So I came back to West Palm, and I was like, I met this big fat dude in one of my classes. And we were talking and shit, and he's like, I'm like, hey man, you know, I can get a joint? I want to buy a joint. He's like, I got a half a joint for 50 cents if you want it. It's rolled in strawberry paper. So I took that home, smoked up with my buddy Tim, right? That's the first time he ever got high. And then from then on, we were getting stoned. My mom's boyfriend was growing palm plants in the backyard, and I'd pick up all the dead leaves and put them in the fucking microwave and try them. It was getting stoned as fuck, man. Yeah, the dead leaves were freaking getting us stoned out of our freaking minds, man. We were little freaking burnouts at like 13 years old, man. And Frances was awesome, man. She was freaking great. I saw her a bunch of years later at the flea market. She came and see me, and she looked freaking fantastic. But she's into women and shit, which is totally freaking cool, you know, whatever. But I just remember, I seen her a few times. I went up there when I moved to Daytona Beach. I went and visited her, and she looked so freaking good, man. I was just totally out of my league, man. I just totally didn't deserve a girl like that, man. I figured, you know what I mean? Because I've been, you know, mentally freaking held back, you know, by, you know, verbal abuse, you know. There was this girl, Danielle. I was so crazy about Danielle. And this went on for like so many years. It just fucking went on and on and on. I treated this girl like a princess, Every time I greeted her, I'd put my hand out. She'd put her hand in my hand, and I'd freaking kiss her hand. And I'd hug her. And she was so good for hugs and shit, you know. And I really thought we had something, you know. But but she looked at me like I was a piece of shit, I think. She did. Yeah, like I was her fucking pity case or something, you know what I mean? And I was like totally fooled, you know. But really nothing ever happened between us, but I was just so drawn to her. It took me years and years and years to freaking get away from her. It's like you develop this connection with somebody, you know, and I had this connection where I could actually mentally freaking send messages mentally to her. Yeah, and she freaking called me on it, you know what I mean? And it blew me away because I didn't think it was possible, but it's possible to have the kind of connection with somebody that you can send mental messages to. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy, crazy relationship with Danielle. I'd speak to her again if she ever wanted to speak to me again, but I don't think I'm ever going to see her or speak to her again. She's got her own ideas about life and shit. I got my own ideas, you know. But I don't think I'd ever been as crazy about somebody as I was Danielle. You know, if I could have anybody as a soul partner, it'd be Frances. Yeah, it'd be Frances. She was special, man. Yeah, Frances was special. She had this smile and this personality, and oh my God, she was just... Yeah, I thought I met another person like that. The last person that I was like crazy about was like Frances, but she wasn't nothing like Frances. You know, Frances was really caring and compassionate and attentive and giving, and you know, the thing I liked about Danielle was that she reminded me a little bit of Frances, because Frances liked to really take good care of herself and wear perfume and shit, you know, and Danielle loved perfume, you know, and I'd always buy Danielle like the nicest freaking perfume. You know, she liked this stuff called Hugo Boss. And she used to drive me freaking crazy. And she'd mix them too, you know. I mean, she'd put a little Hugo, a little this, a little that. But I think Danielle was all fucked up. I do. I think Danielle was fucked up in the head. She had to admit, not to freaking want to give me back anything at all. I mean, she was like, you know, she was another one of those that just took and took and took. You know, like Willow, she didn't take from me because I didn't really give her anything or offer her anything, you know. We were just like kids. She was just mean-spirited, just a mean little bitch. I saw her again in the grocery store like 10 years later, you know, and I had all my hair, because I didn't have long curly hair and shit, you know, and I mean, and my hair was like, whoa, and she had really long hair, like down to her ass. It was like ridiculously long, but it was straight hair, you know. I saw her in the grocery store, and she apologized to me and shit, and I was just like, you know what, I don't think I want to do anything with you. I really don't. The memories that I have of you, I think it's best we just freaking go our separate ways, but I'll never forget her, man. She freaking turned me on. She had the most beautiful eyes, you know. The thing about Danielle and Willow is they were both Capricorns, so was Frances. All three of them were Capricorns. Yeah, all three of them were Capricorns. And one was like born on the 8th, one was born on like the 14th, and one was born on the 16th, right, of January. And those three women made more of an impact on my life than any fucking body else. And 2 out of 3 was mostly freaking negative, man, because Danielle and Willow both had a freaking birthmark, like right there, like a mole, on their nose. I swear to freaking God, like, or maybe it was this side. Yeah, I think it was this side. Right there on the side of her nose. Yeah. 20 freaking minutes on the women of my youth. So anyway, smoke them if you got them. Frances. What a beautiful girl. She was like a beautiful soul, you know. There's nobody, I've never met anybody that I felt, you know, that she was, I've never met anybody so like pure and beautiful and just like an angel, you know what I mean? All them other women that I was crazy about, nobody even comes close to the memories that I have or the feelings that I have after it's all fucking behind me about Frances. When I think back, she's the one that I really admire the most. Yeah. I don't suppose she'd be watching, because I don't think she does like YouTube and shit like that. I don't even know who my subscribers are, but hope you enjoyed this video, man. One thing about Danielle, though, is her hugs. She was always good for a really great hug, you know? But, thinking about Frances and hugging her, is like, there's nothing, there would never be anything better than that, you know? As far as a hug goes.